Hello. Oh, I hope that works. I'm just standing here in front of my window because the lighting's really good. Lighting's really good. The video today is actually one that I did a blog post about. A podcast episode of. Good God, podcast episode that I thought was really good. It's about are you just accepting the life that you're living, or are you really choosing how you are living your life, the type of life you're living, and if it's really what you love and what you really want. As women, in midlife and beyond, I think it's so important for us to really decide now, right? It's okay, so many women have spent so many years taking care of other people, working, maybe raising the family. Now maybe you might even be starting to take care of your parents. And so what happens is you get left behind. You kind of get left behind. Or the life you lived all those years up until now, or whenever, was kind of felt good for you because it was where you were and you were dealing with a lot of things. And, that's all great. We change. When we go through midlife, the midlife changes. In this next phase of life, we are different. We are different. And that may mean that the life you're living now may feel, oh, this doesn't feel right. For some reason, I'm not feeling fulfilled. I'm not feeling as happy as I know I should be, or I want to be. And I'm realizing I want to do something different. But then again, those doubts come in, those fears come in, and we begin to think, I'm too old. It's too late for me. How would I even do that? That would require so many changes, all of that kind of thing. Now I go into this really good detail and give you some suggestions and things to think about and write out and do in my podcast. It's called Rebel and Woo, W-O-O, for women 50 plus, iTunes and Spotify. And so I want you guys to really think, okay, am I feeling unfulfilled? Am I feeling flat? Am I feeling a little uninspired and unmotivated and I don't really know why or what's going on? It's probably just because you need to change and grow. It's time for you to change some things in your life. And that may not be a lot. You don't have to make big changes in the environment around you unless you really want to. The changes start inside of you, right? And that means also taking time for you, having time for you to explore some of these things. What do I really want to do? What would really make me happy? What types of things would make me feel more fulfilled? And the thing is that you may not know right now. You may say, I don't really know. And that's okay. That's okay. Hi, thank you for that. Is that Lauren watching? Hello. That's okay if you don't know right now. I don't know a couple answers to a couple questions I'm asking myself right now. It's wow, I'm not sure. And so it can leave us feeling stuck and frustrated and just thinking well, there's no sense. I really don't know. So what's the point? It's too late to start something new. It's on and on. I want you to stop that. You have a lot of living to do. You can start to make changes, even if they're little. And when you start to make changes, when you start to decide you're going to make changes, you want to make changes, you're excited about things that are ahead of you, then you feel good, right? The excitement gets rolling. And notice if you are just so blank and you're I can't even access my intuition, I don't feel anything. It could be because you are so stressed and you still doing way too much, and therefore you don't have that creativity. So when we are so stressed in fight or flight and stuff, we can't access our intuition. We don't have problem solving skills like we could. And so everything seems so hard to figure out, and we have no answers. That just means you need to take some time for you, maybe early morning, in the evening, whenever, where you can de-stress, come into more of a calm and grounding place. Now, what I've decided to do is I really wanted to do some sort of a 3-month program, maybe go into a membership monthly thing to help women, guide them, because we all need accountability, support, guidance, and a focus to do this kind of inner work and to really start exploring things, being open to possibilities. Right? I'm going to open up to possibilities. When you are not open, when you think there's nothing for you, there's no way you can do things, there's no way to make changes, it's you have blinders on and you cannot see what may be all around you, those possibilities, right? When you begin to say, hey, it's totally possible. It's totally possible that in 1 year, my life could be so different, so much better, right? So you want to, and having a supportive group of women always makes a difference, because in our personal lives, you may not have that. You may not have someone you can talk to about this. And this thing that I want to do, this like membership monthly thing, it's going to deal with healthy eating too, of course. We're talking about health in a holistic way, body, mind, and soul, and your spirit, right? Totally working on the whole you. And it's just gives you a place, a community where you have, like I do trainings once a week on specific things. And then you have a process to kind of work through. You have guidance, you have support, you have a community of women who are kind of going through the same thing. And it's a safe place to be, to explore, to ask questions, to learn more about yourself, and to start exploring, right? What could be ahead for me? Even just changing and deciding how you want to feel each day. You want to feel different every day. I want to experience this type of life. I want to do this type of thing. All of those kinds of things. So it's going to be, I think I'm going to call it Take Charge of Your Life. Something like that. Anyways, so more info is coming, but I wanted to plant the seed now. So I want you to start thinking about this and knowing that it is, you truly do get to live a life that feels more fulfilling, happy, joyful, and that's for you now in this phase of life, right? Whoever you are becoming too, right? We have changed. You have changed. You are still changing. So don't try to keep and hold on to the old life that may not be working for you anymore. All right. So much love to you. Have an absolutely amazing weekend, and make sure you take time for you.